Today I want to give you an update on our fundraiser as well as several shout outs to our amazing supporters. I'll also give you an update on our kids' third week of school and my trip to the free medical clinic in El Salvador. So keep watching to get caught up on our new lives in El Salvador over the last week. Buenas tardes, mis amigos, y benedicciones para todos ustedes. Good afternoon, my friends, and blessings to you all. Hi, my name is Hagenaars, and welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're already old friends. On January 19th, I spoke with the children's school principal about his fundraising efforts for the new parking lot that is needed due to the highway expansion project on the Pan American Highway that is affectionately known around here as the Los Chorros Highway, as it's the highway that goes to the Los Chorros theme park. And for those of you that don't know about this highway, well, my friend Stan told me it's the most dangerous highway in El Salvador due to landslides. I'm not sure when this project started, but they're widening the highway and terracing the land around it, and they're adding more grass and other vegetation to hold roots to prevent the erosion of these terraces, and the terracing will help to prevent the landslides. So they're making 3 lanes, from what I can tell, in each direction. And there are some houses that'll still need to be moved, maybe some small businesses, as well as the school's parking lot, because it is right where the highway is going to be. What they're going to do is expand the highway all the way to the wall and just have a sidewalk in front of the school. So the school parking lot needs to move inside the school's property, inside the concrete wall. That means that the school needs about $6,300 or so to complete the project with the minimal allowances for price increases. If you've ever done a construction project, you know that going over budget is pretty much a guarantee. So we added a little extra into the cost than what the principal had originally gave us. And if we were able to raise the whole $10,000, then there are many other things that we could do to help out with other parts of the school. Now, what a blessing that would be to both the teachers and the children. So I want to give a shout out to all of you who have gone to our Give, Send, Go fundraiser, which I have the link in the description below, and have generously donated to it. So far, we've raised $580 on this fundraising platform, starting off with $100 from Joel Pearson, $200 from Dee Ortez, $50 from Jasny PRD, $20 from Anonymous Giver, $60 from Yahaira Berrera, I probably said that wrong, I'm sorry, $20 from Anonymous Giver, $20 from Chris, $50 from Brenda, $10 from Elle, $50 from Marilo. Thank you all so much for these generous donations. I also have viewers who started sending me super thanks, and I'll be including these in the fundraiser too. So we have $5 from RGUILLEN 0655. $9.99 from William, $19.99 from Lova, $25 from Danutage, $2 from Byron M, 82, $2 from Alfonso Riviera, $25 again from Danutage, thank you very much, $9.99 from H. Salamanca, and $25 from Marcy Lowe. I also opened up 2 Bitcoin wallets. One is on chain and one is on Lightning. On the Lightning wallet, I received $10 from Las Tres Gracias. That's actually us. I just want to make sure it worked when I moved money from one place to another. I got $10 and $25 from HACHI21M. Thank you so much. And then I have one that says $6.12, and it says from Invoice. I'm assuming that's a donation as well. I don't know what else it would be. I have no one who's given me any money on the on-chain wallet, probably because the fees are too high. It may not be worth it. So that means we have $755.09 so far. So we're quite a ways off from our target goal, even for the minimal, let alone the stretch goals for the project. So we're really hoping that with your guys' generous support, even like $10 from the people who view this video would be a huge benefit for us. So if you can do it, please give to this cause. It's a really worthy cause for the school parking lot. It'll help make a safer pickup and drop off for the kids. And all in all, like I said, this is the most dangerous highway. Usually it was due to landslides. I'm guessing there's probably some other traffic considerations. So widening the highway to make it a little easier for traffic to get around, I think will make it safer for the kids too. But we really need to get a safe place for them to get dropped off and picked up, as well as having parking for the 32 teachers at the school. So some of you are wanting our weekly update from the children. Well, I couldn't convince them to come on camera this week. So I'll have to give you the drama on Annika's boyfriend situation myself. On Monday, she came home with more jewelry. She had a ring and a necklace. So at this point, I asked her if I could have the phone number for the boy's mom. And when I received the phone number, I texted her. I wanted to make sure that she understood that her son was giving my daughter a watch, a set of earrings, 2 rings, and a necklace, And I wanted to make sure, because I could see that not all these things were new, I wanted to make sure that her jewelry box wasn't getting raided in the meantime. And it turns out I actually met this woman at the parent-teacher meeting. She was the woman sitting in front of me who could speak some English to me. So I already met her, which is great because now I have a number for one of the parents in the class. Otherwise, I didn't know anyone else there. So she told me she didn't know that he was giving these gifts. She didn't say that he was raiding her jewelry box. She was hoping he bought everything. So I don't know what happened with that situation, but there was no more jewelry that came home the rest of the week and no other gifts. And I did tell her he doesn't need to keep buying my daughter's affection. She already likes him. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up. Who knows? We'll see what Friday brings. But I love this drama. It's so cute. You know, just seeing her make some friends, it's really great. That's one thing about coming to this country. We really want them to make some new friends. So Lawrence had a bit of a quiet week. He actually lost his phone privileges 2 weeks ago now. So he's been going into school without his phone, so without a translator, but he's making lots of friends, which is great because he's a very outgoing child. It's a very anti-autistic trait for a child to actually want to have lots of contact with other people, having conversations and doing friendly things to them. So I really love that he's out there making new friends. So that's great. Now, Willem was creating a family tree this week, and he texted me a bunch of times wanting to know the full names of his grandparents. But he also had a class or two where the teacher didn't show up. I'm not sure what that's about, but when I grew up and went to school, there was no principal in any school that I attended that would leave a classroom of kids basically unattended for an hour or two because we were just way too rowdy. But probably these guys are like on their phones texting quietly, right? So anyway, that happened this week. And also, Willem already received his shoes from the school, but Annika and Lawrence hadn't. So they came by and did all the measurements for their feet this week. So I assume within the next week or so, they'll be getting shoes from the school. They'd already gotten one uniform, and their friends' parents work at a uniform factory. So we had to make another set of uniforms for them. We had to make another set of uniforms for them so that we can, go between ones they're wearing and ones that are in the wash. And speaking of the wash, I accidentally, and I don't know how I did this because I think it's like Murphy's Law or something. I accidentally washed their white shirts, at least two of the white shirts, not Annika's, the boys' white shirts with something red in the wash machine. Now, I have very little red things here, but I was taking the rest of the Christmas stuff down, and one was like a covering over a chair. And it must have already been in the washing machine because I would have never purposely put red in with the white clothes. So the little white shirts have a bit of a pink hue to them, but I soaked them in Oxy all weekend with some vinegar, and I'm putting them out on the line in the sun, hoping to get some natural bleaching going on. They look a little different, but they're not blotchy or anything. So it's just like a pink hue to them. So I'm hoping we can get that bleached out. But they have some new polo shirts from the uniforms we just got made, which are probably easier for them to wear, and I don't have to iron them. So I actually liking the polos better anyway. And as for me, some of you may have seen my video yesterday where I'd spent Friday night in the free medical clinic here in El Salvador. I was in the Lourdes clinic, but all these clinics, what I understand, Bukele had renamed them, and they're called Fosalud, Fosalud. I believe he had renamed them this. This is basically 24/7 clinics that are in all the smaller communities. I don't know how many there are around, but I know there was one here in Lourdes and one in San Juan Pico. So there's probably one in every kind of small town. So Stan, of course, took me there because there was no way I was going on my own because I was not going to try to translate everything that was wrong with me. But Stan took me there. We got there around 8:30 because he said it's best to go in the evening because they're open 24/7. Don't go in the peak of the day when it's really crowded. Lots of people kind of go in the evening. So we went at 8:30 or like 8:25 or something like that. We showed up. When I did my little first video, I saw the timestamps at 8:31. So we just had arrived there. We left at 9:50. So we were there like approximately an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. I would never be able to get in and out of a hospital in Canada, which we only have the ER section. We don't have like a 24/7 clinic. You have to go to the ER in your local hospital. It's the 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-hour wait. Sometimes somebody told me Montreal was 12 hours. So there's no way to get in and out of there, get treated, get your medicine, get back home. So far I'm liking this hospital system way better than Canada. Much friendlier treatment. So I'll explain what happened. So we arrived, I sat down in the waiting area, and nobody was sort of going up to the main desk to register. Like in Canada, you'd walk in, you give them your health card, and then they would put you in a list to be triaged. That didn't happen. We were just all sitting. And then all of a sudden, everyone got up and lined up. I'm like, oh. And we kind of lined up in the order people arrived, because when we sat down, Stan had asked the person in the seat ahead of us if they were the last ones to arrive. So we got behind them. And then they took my temporary residency card. They would have taken a passport too if you didn't have a temporary residency card. They took the card. They wrote down the information. She did my pulse ox with my, the little finger thing like I have. She did that at the same time. Then we went and sat down for a couple of minutes. Then they called us up to do height and weight. They had a scale right there that did your height and weight. Sat down for a couple of minutes. Then they called us up to another area where they did my blood pressure and did the pulse ox again on my finger. I gotta say, my oxygen was kind of on the lower side, like just low 90s both times. I don't know. My kids, when we had our pulse ox reading when I was so sick way back when, they were always reading. Actually, Annika read, like, I thought she got to 100 there one time. I didn't know the machine went to 100. Maybe it was 99.9 or something. It was really close. I can only get mine in the low 90s. It's just a thing with the asthma, I guess. So she did that. I sat down again, and then they called us up to another set of chairs right outside the doctor's office, and they put me in the first chair, which meant I was the next one in line. And within minutes, I walked in the room. I don't think I hardly even sat down, to be honest. I just walked right in the room, and I explained, well, I didn't explain. Stan explained to the doctor what was going on. I showed her my legs, and she kind of felt them, that they're hot. Like they were swollen where the bug bites were, and hot. So it was very, very uncomfortable, extremely itchy. So she kind of went through maybe some bugs it could be. Most of the time it happened when I was not in the bedroom. So people say, oh, there's bed bugs. I have a brand new bed. And the bed's like a few months old. And I didn't bring bed bugs with me. And this place was empty for a couple of months before we moved in. And it's all tile and stuff. There's no place for bed bugs to go. Plus, we had a hotel in Canada and we had a couple of rooms that had bed bugs. We know what they look like. We know the marks they leave on your sheets and on your bed. And I strip down the bed every week and wash all the sheets, and I've not seen anything. So it's definitely not that. Plus, it happens when I'm out here filming, often under this open air shaft thing. So definitely flying insects can get in there because there's no screen there. And I was sitting at the table one time when I got bit on the eye, and it wasn't something really big because I didn't see it or feel it on my eye. So it's something, I would say flying. I would say most likely mosquitoes, because the night, I think it was Wednesday night, I got bit so bad on my legs. And that's why I was just so uncomfortable Thursday. And that's when my friend took me to the doctor Friday. And GJ had said when he came into the bedroom, there was 2 mosquitoes in there. And I don't know if he couldn't catch them or something, but I already had been asleep for a couple of hours. So I was already bitten. And yeah, so I'm thinking it's mosquitoes or those little no-see-ums, or they call them hehes here. I think that's what they call them. So basically something small. The mosquitoes here do not behave like they do in Canada. In Canada, if they had a mosquito in your house, it'd be buzzing your ear, bouncing off your head, or whatever. It'd be driving you crazy all night long. In Canada, when we had mosquitoes in the house, I had to put the sheet over my head because I couldn't stand being pestered by the mosquitoes. Here, they're like silent killers or something. They just hang out in the shadows, and then all of a sudden you'll say, oh, there's a mosquito here. I didn't know it was here. It wasn't buzzing. It didn't annoy me. It didn't come near me. But all of a sudden, I got bites. So they're like sneak attackers, mosquitoes here. I think that's what they are. So after the doctor saw me, we went out and she gave us a little card for the prescription. So Stan went over to the little pharmacy, got the prescription. There was a steroid, which is called prednisone. I've been on many times for my asthma, and another which is an antihistamine. So both of those have kind of helped bring down all the swelling. And then I got 2 tubes of cream. Somebody said one is like a Neosporin. So that is really just to help heal the bug bites faster. The other one does more, I think, with the itching and stuff, and as well as the allergic reaction part. So those are helping. My legs aren't as itchy, but still the best thing I found for the itchiness was I had these 2 washcloths that I made damp and put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, and I'll take them out and I'll lay them across my legs. That's, I find, the best thing for itch. But when we go out tomorrow, you lovely viewers, they give me all kinds of suggestions of things to get. One will be like bug zappers, some nets with those magnetic closures for the doors. I'm picking some of those up for both doors. We'll also have to get some screening for like this air shaft above me. In our laundry room, the windows, they're like the little louvered ones. There's no screens on them. The kids' bathroom has one like that. And we'll have to make sure the screens stay in the other windows because the cats keep knocking them out to try to keep any flying things from getting into the house to begin with. That's part of it. And then also getting some other things, like somebody mentioned this blue ice thing that you put on to help with the itch as well. So there's lots of suggestions you guys gave us. So we're going out shopping tomorrow with Stan, and we're going to be looking for these things to put in to keep our house insect-free, I'm hoping. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little update. If you did, please like and subscribe. And please, if you can give to our fundraiser, that would be amazing. Even $5 is great. It'll help all add up. The link for the Give, Send, Go fundraiser is in the description, as well as my Blink wallet address. Here is the QR code if you want to use an on-chain wallet, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Don't forget to hit the like button.